your weekly Meshery meeting where we talk about everything related to Meshery and your upstanding agendas or any PRs that you're working on or any kind of block that you're facing while trying to contribute to Meshery. You might talk about that. So how to talk about that. So if you have any of those items, just go ahead and take this Meshery development doc and put your agenda item right down here in the topics and we'll follow on them and we'll talk about them and we can get your things merged. So it's the call where we just get things done. So we will take your item and we'll give you some feedback and we might get the word. So if you want your PRs getting merged and getting reviews, so this is the best time. So I think we might have already shared the link. We'll again share it here. Yes. So the link is in the chat. And also don't forget to put your name in the attendees. So there's like this unpromised thing. So whoever gets the most rank here might get some surprise at the end of the year. So don't forget to put your name in the attendees list. So before we get live, we'll do something that we do in every call. Like we'll try to get us introduced to all of the newcomers right now. So actually, let me take a look if we have any newcomers. And don't feel free to like take the mic and introduce yourself. So I think we have a few. I'm not sure, maybe Amina, if you have a microphone handy, maybe you can introduce us. And if you're new, even if you're not new, if you want to introduce.
Am I audible?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm newcomer, and this is the first meeting I attended of Meshery. And actually, for the last week, I have been looking into the Meshery. I joined the community and introduced myself there. So I was supposed to attend the meeting tomorrow, which is for the newcomers. So
Yeah.
I thought, why not attend this as well? So I'm just exploring what is it, what Meshery do, and what is Kubernetes, the new concepts, because I'm very new to this cloud native infrastructure. I never even heard of it, to be honest. So yeah, I'm just exploring things right now.
That's great. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with joining all of the calls you can. So yeah, tomorrow is a newcomers meeting. So you might get like some new PRs to pick up from there. But for like moving on, like what is your like preferred tech stack or like are you still in school? So just to get know you
Yeah.
better.
So right now I'm learning MERN stack. I'm proficient with the front end, but not very well with the back end. I'm still learning it, but I'm open to learn new technologies along the way as I contribute.
Yeah, that's perfect. Like there's a ton of React issues here. So we use React in most of our front-end apps. So there's like all kinds of issues in front end that you can fix and pick up. Some are pretty like beginner friendly. So yeah, that's great. Thanks. I think do we have somebody else? Chetan?
Hey everyone, I'm Chedan. Actually, I'm attending meetings in Meshery from past 2 months, but recently, few weeks, I was not able to attend due to my exams. Yeah, I'm great that I'm back and I'm looking forward to contribute to Meshery.
Oh, pretty great. Like I'm back. I think
Good. Yeah, Jetan, hey, since Abid is asking, that means you didn't make enough of an impact, an impression last time, a big enough of an impression to remember you. So, while that might sound offensive to some, this is your opportunity to reintroduce and make a splash, make yourself known. How did you come across the community?
I like my tech stack is like backend and DevOps basically.
Oh yeah, is that how you came across the community? Backend and DevOps?
Yes, sir. Like CNCS projects, I was looking at it and I saw something Meshery and it helps in service mesh and the bridging
Oh shit.
microservices.
Really? Did you see something about Meshery and service mesh out there? We got to go hunt that down and change it. Do you know where you saw that?
Actually, I'm not 100% sure about that. I don't remember it correctly. Like I explored the community and basically the support the newcomers get. And I'm still exploring Meshery. I'm not well versed with it. I'm setting up that. I will try to contribute.
Oh, sure. Yeah, which part are you setting up right now? You might be able to point out some people or some resources to help if you get stuck. Right. Is there a particular component that you're thinking of or that you're focused on just yet?
I'm going with the local setup. So
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. So Meshery UI and Meshery server, probably, right? Just sort of those are the two of the core components. Okay. Yeah, good. Any challenges with them just yet? Anything we can help with? Yeah, Chetan, I'm still talking to you. I really am trying to help.
can you
Were
come
you?
again? I didn't
Oh yeah.
understand it.
Were you? I just was doing a quick check in front because everybody that's here is either going through the same setup that you're doing or has already done it. Either way, it's very relevant to them. So I figured you said, hey, one of the things you heard about this community is that the people here are, pretty helpful, or they offer resources to newcomers. And I just want to make sure that we're delivering on that. So I figured I'd just ask, are you bumping into any challenges as you go to set up your local system, your local environment? Because if you are, it would actually be helpful for everybody else to hear about it and for us to help you real fast.
Currently, I'm not facing any challenges while setting up my local environment. But yeah, in future, if I get any challenges, surely I'll drop message
Oh,
in the channel.
that's good. So, all right. Perfect.
Thanks, Lee and Chetan. So yeah, might see more coming from you this time. Thanks. So maybe I think Kalal Mukherjee, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right. If you are new, you might give an introduction and to us. If you have a mic, if you don't have a microphone ready, you might just drop a message in the chat and give us an introduction there. So maybe Malka Ali, if you have not given an introduction, I think this might be a great time. Are you with us? I guess
Yeah,
not.
say the name again. Who was it?
Malka Ali. I'm not sure if
Oh,
I'm
okay.
pronouncing right.
Yeah. Yeah, Kalal, maybe?
Yeah, Kalal Mukherjee.
Mukherjee? Kalal Mukherjee?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll do it.
Oh, hey. Hello. How are you?
Hello.
And
Fine. How are you?
okay. Oh yeah, good. I haven't had coffee yet, but I'm comprehensible. It's very good of you to come to the meeting, and it's nice to meet you. And we usually just ask everybody to say hi real fast, just so that we break the ice and you get, kind of, well, somewhat comfortable with different people here. And so Abid Sophie, he's a maintainer here. He's hosting today. My name's Lee, and I'm ad-libbing today, and I'm help maintain the project as well. And how about you, Kalal? Is this your first time on this meeting, or have you been on this one before?
So this was first time for me, and I will last 2 week I will work with Mesri, starting work with Mesri, and it was very interesting, and I learned so many things from there. And I work with two issues, and I also work recently. I work with 515284 issues in Mesri.
Yeah, got you. One.
And I sent PR on this.
And that's great. Like actually, if your PRs are still open and are interesting to talk
Yes,
right now, you might add a
yes,
link somewhere
my
down here.
four PRs are open in there. One is 15248, and
Like like nobody's gonna remember the numbers. You gotta edit right down here, and so we can actually talk about them. Like nobody's
Uh,
knowing what those numbers mean.
okay, okay.
And great, actually, like if you already have four casts, you're already making great
Yes,
progress and
yes.
helping the project. So yeah, let's get them down here and go through them. Thanks, Kalal. I think we got everybody covered. So if I might have missed you, just don't feel shy to drop a message in the chat and get us introduced to yourself. So maybe we
Okay,
can
okay.
move on to the next thing. So we have a couple of standing agendas in our meeting. So basically, it's a few things that we talk continuously and track, and which are kind of a high priority for us. So there are two things that are tracking continuously right now. So one is the development of the CLI and especially the test plan for CLI and how we are developing the test for CLI, and another is on the same route is for the UI. So I think we have Ian today. So maybe Ian, if you can share some updates on the test plan and something related to this.
Yeah, so with the test plan, let me
Okay.
share this.
Yeah.
So we're currently still have some flaky tests, and I think Rex is on these with the adapter, I believe. There's no ETA as far as getting these back and stable, but correct me if I'm wrong there. I did post a few PRs regarding migration to the page object model. So I had the dashboard and the login page all migrated over. So I put some examples there. And then I put up two new issues. So if anyone's interested, I don't know if they've necessarily been claimed, but to help out with that migration. We've also had some breaking changes in, I think, the design flow recently that we put up a fix for. And I was poking around there yesterday and I found a few other weird oddities, but I was going to try and develop the automation test for that. So I'll see if I can drive some clarification around a few of those items. Like when you click design on one of the cards, it'll just take you to like an empty redirect.
Oh,
Maybe some other few issues in that before I can put up the test. So that's where that's at. But if anyone's interested in contributing, we do have this test sheet plan with a bunch of open tests. You can scroll down and get UI. The CLI tests are also in this. So if you're interested and have playwright experience, help is always wanted in this space. So uh, don't hesitate to reach out to me on Slack or anywhere, and I'll be happy to help.
actually,
Nice.
yeah, like that's pretty nice because we already got lots of the existing like for those who are new, like we had a big test suite, like it's like 80 tests, and previously before we started this progress, like it was like 50% or more failing, and now we have more than like 80 tests passed. So that's pretty great for the project, and it's now only like you can see only two tests are failing. So actually, my question was mostly regarding these two. Like I think these are still regarding to the adapters, and like maybe we might do a public poll or something, like maybe we might just disable these tests because I think these have been a bit of churn in the past because how the adapters are set up, like it's pretty like tricky to get the environment ready, and it doesn't provide that much of a value because it's not the path that most of users go through right now, because like there's more lot more to be done, and maybe that's what we should be mostly testing. Like also like the kind of same thing that you were saying, like you are now kind of moving away like to new things in the design
Yeah.
flow and like getting more contributors there. So I'm not sure, like, but maybe we should, like, I think maybe disable these two test cases like for the adapters and maybe focus on the other ones.
Yeah, we can definitely do that, especially since we have someone working on it and we don't
Yeah,
have an ETA. I do think it's appropriate probably to disable until
yeah,
we get the green light from, I
yeah,
think Rex is on it. But otherwise, yeah, I can look into
yeah.
this if that has kind of fallen off. But yeah, I will disable them for the time being.
Yeah, that was pretty great. Actually, again for the newcomers and everybody like here who's not familiar, so this is a great place to start contributing. So we have already like Ian has personally put up a training session where we have gone through how to contribute to these tests. There's a lot of discussion forums threads created like on the setup. So and also it's a great place to start with the project. So if you want to contribute, this is the perfect place and time to contribute to Meshery and getting to know how everything works and slowly building up that. So yeah, nice. So if you are interested, like, might take a look at this test plan sheet and see if you can like contribute to any of these.
Well, questions. Actually, just to be clear, you guys are both saying that this list of test cases, some of these have been written and some of them haven't. The ones that haven't, oh, I see. It says help wanted. Help wanted. Okay. Wow, there's a lot. So there's a lot of different ones too. Now, the end-to-end tests for the CLI, those are written by contributors using bash scripting. Okay, but then I thought Ian said a second ago, the framework that's used for UI tests, what is that? If you want to write one of these tests, what is the
Yes, we're using Playwright. So if anyone's familiar with Playwright, that'd be great to get your experience and get you an issue that you can work on. Any other questions on the testing side?
If you are interested, like, open your mics. This is the best time. Like, Ian is available, so don't feel shy. If you have any questions, please go ahead.
Yeah, I do. Is anyone on the call working on end-to-end testing? I was just asking in the Zoom chat, but I didn't get a response. I'm not sure if anyone else is. Is anyone else working on end-to-end testing? So Pratik, you're not.
No.
Oh, not the okay.
I once had a PR in this field, but after that I never worked on this playwright.
Okay. Yeah. Is that because you were successful or because it was a terrible experience or
Not a terrible experience, but I had like only one PR, and after that I moved to the UI part, so that's why.
Yeah, okay. I'm still looking for the reason why you moved on. Was it because it was super boring or because it was something people weren't helpful or there just wasn't it wasn't interesting to work on another one or like there's a bunch of different reasons. I'm just throwing out examples.
Yeah,
Or you broke your leg.
I found out I found out UI to be more appealing to me. That's why.
Got you. Okay. Makes sense. Cool. Anybody else working on end-to-end tests? Would anyone else like to be working on end-to-end tests?
Yeah, I would like to.
Ritesh. Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Ritesh, are you thinking UI end-to-end tests or CLI?
More into CLI.
Yeah, oh, very good. There is Zahan in the Zoom chat. I think she's listing out. Oh, she actually just listed out exactly where you can find. Have you seen the training that was recently recorded on the CLI testing or CLI end-to-end testing training?
I haven't, but I will. I know where it is.
Nice.
I will go through it.
Cool. Yeah, very good. Yeah, that'd be great. I don't know. Do you know the name of the maintainer that focuses in that area in case you get stuck?
Sorry, no.
Oh yeah, no, good. Well, then I'm glad I asked. His name's Matthew with a
Okay.
French twist on the way that you spell it. So he's Canadian, I think. I mean, he lives in Canada and he speaks French, and so he must be Canadian. And so anyway, his name's Matthew, and he's pretty nice. He's pretty helpful. I don't know that
Yeah,
you'll
I
need
would
his help,
love to connect with him.
but yeah, okay, good. Yeah, I'll point him out. Cool. That's great.
Okay, nice, gentlemen. I think we can start with today's actual topics. So, Bharat, if you're like ready, maybe we can start with you.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, I yesterday I initialized the Exoscale Academy that contains the courses from Exoscale. So currently, this repo has the course for SKS starter course, and there are a bunch of courses that we are gonna add, which include these are the issues. These are the courses that we are gonna add from the Exoscale in this repo. So if anyone is interested, this is the issue link. They can drop up their name and we can send them. And few doubts to Abid I was having. So currently we are adding the images in the root directory of the organization static. So we were thinking of having a learning path and adding images to it. So wouldn't it means what it will do is when we are initializing images in the MD file, it would add a path name also. So would it be favorable? So that's what my question is.
Yeah, to organize, yeah, you can create like any number of like folders inside the root organization static folder. So you can have image there and put all of the image, and maybe inside the image you might like divide it based on the learning path or like how you want to organize your static. So it's like the regular way we do it for other documentation sites or any other site how we organize the static. You can follow the same. It's just you need to do it inside the like use the organization idea is root, but after that you can create any number of or any depth of folder. So yeah, you can organize in the similar way.
Okay, okay, thanks a lot. Yeah, that's all from myself. Thank you.
Yeah, also like for the other content that gets like is included with the page bundle. So if you have some like static assets, just like an image for your lesson in the learning path, so you can put that inside the content directory itself. Like you can have a directory called image inside the content and use that to reference directly inside the content. So you don't need to like find it inside the static. So just to make it easy to organize learning paths and kind of make them self-contained, so you can have most of the static assets there also. So you can just follow
Uh,
like all of the practice that we already do for other sites and do that similarly here. Just be aware of the organization as the root for any of the content or static assets.
mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, sure. Thank you. Thanks.
I think also maybe Zihan is already working on some of making some of this easier, like some new shortcuts for images and links. So you like can use them. They might have like some of this already baked in line the organization root and other things. So, yeah.
Yeah, I will contact Jian as well.
So do we have, I think we had some other guys also working on the same thing. Maybe I think Naman or
Yeah,
Shashank, are they here?
yes, yes, all available.
Yeah, I think Naman is not with us today. And Shashank is like, maybe we might,
Yeah, I'm here.
yeah.
So currently we are adding the courses from Exoscale to the docs, layers 5 doc, but we'll be doing the same thing with the SSL Academy, I guess.
Yeah, nice. So I think you already are like collaborating and you have some issues together so you don't conflict with each other. But yeah, like it's just like there also like one thing that has been happening. So I was point out to that is like there is documentation for the whole process and it's getting like continuously updated. So keep a look at it. So it's at the docs.layer5.io. So you might find it inside the extending academy part. So like how the like what's the actual format of front matter and other things. So it's like there are some new shortcuts getting added. So they will be also documented there. So just to be aware of the things and you might need to like maybe update the theme once in a while because there have been changes made to them. But yeah, that's good.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thanks, Varad. I think we have up next is Zihan.
Yeah, so I use my example academic repository to go through the whole process, and I successfully run my own learning path on the cloud in my own machine. So I write the documentation about. First, I refactor the extend academic. I separate the a bit formal work in two parts. So for this page, I manually introduce like who can create this, what's the advantage of using it, and for the next page, it's like a step-by-step tutorial So like first set up your content repository and clone it for kids. Also need to update the Go module about this. Yeah, next structure your learning path. I introduced the structure here and the how to use the image here and also how to preview locally. And you can connect us and we will publish your learning path. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
this is
one
nice. So
thing
I
I
think
was
one thing you
yeah.
might also document is like the format of the front matter, because like otherwise
Yeah,
somebody would just add a new random problem and see like why it's not coming. So yeah, maybe that would be also good. I think I tried to add it inside the Extend Academy, but it's like,
yeah,
yeah, you
so
might
that.
enhance it a bit.
Yeah, and one thing I want to make sure is because on the code sometimes I saw it's like name or an identifier, and for this it says the organization UID. So which one
Yeah, so
exactly?
the name was the old part. Yeah, so now we are going with the organization UID. So it should be your like actual organization UID, and it would be validated when you would do anything with that. Because so it can't be any unique ID. It needs to be the specific UID of your organization.
Okay, I will update that. Yeah, and that's all from my side.
Nice, thanks, Jan. So also like this is another, like if you are into content development and you want to like create this learning course, this is also a great starter for newcomers or anybody wants to do the more into content side, so they can get started with it. And there's already few people that are creating new PRs and working on this, so you will get some peers to collaborate with. So yeah, if you are interested, you can like maybe message Varad or anybody like Naman, Varad or Zehan inside the Meshery chat. Nice, thanks. So up next we have Nikita. Do we have Nikita? Nikita, are you ready to
Yep.
share? Yeah.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. Let me share my screen. Yep. So like last Wednesday, we were talking about that it would be nice like to actually make model init to promote it like from experimental to a normal command. So like I was looking like into the issue with the templates, like and yeah, I was debugging like a combination of model init, then like model build, and then trying to model import this like into a Meshery server. And yeah, during this debug, I spotted like 3 issues, like at least, and yeah, uh, there was like a PRs to schema repository, like the fixed number one. So like it was like incorrect UUID in core object, and it was actually failing the validation during the model import. But like the error was not propagated; it was just a general error that like something wrong with the model. Yeah, but like during debugging, like I figured out this error. The second one was, I think, like also it was pointed out in a Slack message of one of users, like uh, that like this like model import does not really validate correctly version without a slash or like without like this grouping prefix. So like yeah, so we have updated like in schema for entities which are part of model init. So like model, component, relationship. We updated the default value in schema to be like in the format like entity, Meshery IO slash and actual schema version. And the third like issue update was that like also when we run model init also generated template for a connection, and connection didn't have at all like schema version. So we had the schema version, and also like right now schema version it has like default value for connection as components actually, because like it's also like some issue in validation of a model import, because like model import it expects only like for schema versions, like there's like a certain values, like, and there's no like value which is like dedicated for connection. So for now it is like in connection will be components, but like yeah, probably we will need to add on the validation side like a new version. And yeah, after already this PR was merged, I was actually looking forward, and I think this one will not work actually, because like it's not only like checking this like schema version and that's it. It's like based on this value, it's actually trying to perform validation.
Import. Yeah.
So I assume it will, yeah, if it will try to validate connection over component, it will still not work. So yeah, this was like these 3 updates to schema, which is required for model import plus model build plus model, model init plus model build plus model import to work properly together. But there will be some more updates, because like right now it's still like validation is failing. So like I'm still looking into
I think like
issues.
maybe like actually getting the connections.measure.io inside that same, like while we are checking and parsing based on the schema ID might be like good first step, because like otherwise if we forgot to remove this hack would be there and nobody would know like why we were like treating connections and components and same thing, and it would actually get confused. And also like most of the other like flows will try to take this as a component definition and will try to import it, so and that would fail because it won't have the rest of the structure. So
Right.
so maybe yeah, if we like maybe start with that, like actually having a like in basically another
Yeah.
case in here for the connections.measure.io and treat it as an entity separately and not like try to mix it with connections. It would get confused and would lead to bugs, and also like because it would get confused, it would be hard. Those bugs would be harder to find. They were everybody say like why we're treating them as the same. So yeah, I think you already mentioned it, but I was just trying to like it might be a
Yeah.
higher priority.
Very point. Yeah, and also while I was digging like into a code, like so right now, like the part of the code of this like model import,
Yeah.
it's actually validating like the template not over the schema, which probably supposed to, but it's actually validating over the Golang generated struct. So it takes this Golang struct and then it's like serialize it to JSON, and then it's trying to do validation. I think it's also like somewhere like discrepancy between our template and yeah, this like serialized
I think like
model, which
that one shouldn't be an issue, because like the struct is also created from the
right,
schema,
right.
and the template would be also great for schema, or like even if we hand code it right now, but that shouldn't be an issue because like at the end they should share the same structure. And it would be just like if we are going with the path that we're right now, like we are just using the struct to serialize and deserialize and checking like if that works, that should be enough. It would be just like some of the dynamic like schema validation won't happen, like if in your schema have something like you need it to follow a specific regex, or you need a limit to the length or some format, so that won't be done. But actual structure should be validated, and that kind of should be enough for us right now, because it simplifies the process a bit. But other than that, what I was trying to say is like there shouldn't be actually a discrepancy between the structure of the like the schema that we have in like the template that we would have in JSON or YAML, and the structure or the struct that's trying to parse it. So I think that shouldn't be an issue. And actually, like regarding the same, I did, yeah, I think yesterday, like merge a commit with like disabling the auto generation of the templates, because like I think we agreed last time to like manually curate them, probably because most of them were like generated wrong by the npm library, so we just hand code them right now, and so to prevent like overwriting them again, so I have disabled the like the template generation for now.
Okay,
and we might then fix up the component and the model, like to get the model build properly working and moved out of experimental.
Okay, yeah, sounds good. Yep, that's all updates from my side.
Yeah, nice. Thanks. I think like probably you might not have said it earlier, but we recently got like some part of the connections migration audit done. We had made some new release while we're using the new connection schemas, and this is the work that we're pushing towards, like getting most of the constructs to be properly connect like schema driven. And Nikita is right now leading it in the Go side, so maybe you might find some more contributors there. But yeah, just trying to appreciate the effort. So we are getting there. So some core constructs have been moved over, and we're seeing some progress and not many bugs.
Nice. Hey, Darshan, did you have feedback on model init on that command?
Yeah, I actually wanted to ask, but I think if I do, I might break the line here. If I can I?
Yeah, go
Yeah, I
ahead.
think, yeah, please.
Let me share my screen.
While you do this, it'd be great if either Nikita or you, Darshan, just gave an intro as to what the heck the model command is, or like what the init command is for,
Yeah,
just so
so
everybody.
yeah, so the init command is basically still in experimental. I mean, it's not global yet. So what it does is, let me show it to you. So this is the demo file here. So what you can do is just do Meshery DL exp in it and your file name, and then it generates the following structure here, which is components, connections, credentials, relationships, and models. So I was working on this issue, adding FI, big IP controllers, CRDs. There are other ways to add this, but none of them work for me. I faced some issues, so I jumped onto init. Um, and when I did, as Nikita explained here, he had, I think, updated the ID and schema version as well. But then here, this was not the case. It's not updated. So I want to ask Nikita this, that the changes you made were not for experimental or for experimental.
No, so like we need to, I think, release like a new version of Meshery server because like this PR was merged yesterday or like the day before yesterday. So we released like a new version of schema, but like so like right now Meshery. So if you go to Go mode, you will see that like the version of schema like I don't know 0.8.30 something. So if you
You this one, right?
no, I mean like in your IDE, like in Go mode. Like if you right now just like do Go mode tidy, I guess like it will update you version of a schema repo to the latest, and then you will when you run modeling it again, like from new build, like it will generate you from a new templates.
And also that when I go to the init command here, there is there's a mismatch in. I mean, I'm aware that the one second. I think there is mismatch in the. I mean, there's no relationships. So here, there's no relationship filing. So here it's V1 beta, 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 and there's alpha here for relationships, right? So this also might cause mismatch in schema, and then
That's
The
like
point here that we do not have like a relationship V1 beta, so it is like the latest one.
so this one cause an issue.
No, this shouldn't cause an issue because it is the latest one. It's just like we never got to like completely finish out the V1 beta one for the relationships, but these are the ones that are actually used. So this is the latest used one. But
Yeah. Darshan, so the issue like is in the actual templates, like yes, so kind of we were generating these templates from a schema using npm package, and yeah, apparently something wrong like or with like our schema definition or with default values, like yeah, and it generates like incomplete templates which are not passing this like validation in the model import. But we are like on a path to fix them.
Yeah, okay, fine. Yeah, I thought that. Anyways, I mean, I think my agenda was to show that I raised a PR for the F5 models here. So, how I did this was I don't think I can recommend this to anybody else because I use the pre-defined models, refer that, and then I made the changes to this file here. And so that's how I've made the models. So, yeah, that's pretty much my that was my journey.
And thank you, by the way, for giving like a run for modeling it and describing it very detailed in the Slack. Yeah.
But yeah, I can update any updates I'll update in the Slack, the thread I've made, if you can. Feel free to reply that.
Actually, like another way for, especially for UI use case, where you're actually sourcing for the existing CRDs, might be like if you go through the model builder wizard and like put the source of CRDs there, that might actually like auto import from the CRDs and generate your components, so you don't have to manually define them. So maybe you might give that flow try, because that's kind of more curated where you want to like auto generate from existing Helm chart or a CRD.
Yeah, actually, about that, you were talking about, I mean, there's also import command where you can just directly import the CRDs into the mod, right? So when I do that, I think somebody else has already raised an issue on this. That when I do that, there's an extension which comes in numerics. Let me just show you that. This is the issue. So this, right, this actually happens. So when I import this file, let's say, for example, cluster temp import, this adds on the 2381 numerics. So this all I face this issue as well.
I think this is probably because like we are like while we are importing, we generate temporary files, and it's just like by default like go adds a bit of like unique moniker to the temp directories. But I think this might not be issue. The issue might be like during the import, it's like the file name is that because it's a temporary file that is like in between the process of import, it gets this unique moniker. I'm not sure like if that is exactly the issue, but I think most of the issue might be somewhere else in the code where we're actually trying to import. It's just like the file name is at that point, so we're using a temporary file to go through the flow. But I was saying mostly like around the UI builder, like this is the kind of the CLI part of importing a model. There's another part using UI. So if you go to UI,
Yeah.
you'll see like build model or like I think generate model, that would give a pretty wizard like with a couple of steps to go through. So maybe try
I
handle
actually
that. Okay.
I tried all of these methods actually. I even updated that issue in UI method as well. You cannot pinpoint to the YAML file in that UI. Let me show you. I hope I'm not wasting time. I think there are others as well, but then let me just show it quickly. So this right.
Yeah.
So when I did this till the incubator part here, after this is the YAML file. When I did this, it's not accepting the link. And as you asked, even the model generate method, I tried that as well. This was the issue. The error. I mean, wait a minute. Yeah, here, right here. So you're talking about this, I mean, code, right? I mean,
Yeah, actually, I was talking about the one that you showed, and I think that's a well bug because we might be like only expecting like an actual Helm chart, like while inside that UI you were trying to like pinpoint to the
yeah,
YAML, maybe yeah, that might
yeah,
be the issue
that would be
there.
the Helm chart. And here it's the issue is mapping issue with the YAML file, which I don't know. I have no clue about this. I have no leads on this. I can show the YAML file as well, but there's no issue with the file there.
Actually, I'm not sure like where exactly this bug is
Yeah,
coming from, but yeah, maybe we might continue in Slack or like yeah,
yeah,
I
I
think
can
you
just
already created the GitHub issue. That's great. So, but yeah, I think yeah, these are valid issues in the flow. Like I think you are doing it like rightly. It's just I think there are some bugs in the system.
yeah, sure. I can list all these in
Yeah.
my in Slack after this. You
Yeah.
can, thanks.
Darshan, we should make sure that that next week that you have as an agenda item to cover these. It sounds like you've been digging in, pretty well.
Yeah,
Um,
actually, I've been working on this for like around 20 days with no leads, and it was like embarrassing for me too. So yeah.
and I guess you put down an agenda item today, right? Is that yeah, great job.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, you'll definitely get folks supporting you just like they are right now.
Yeah.
And so there's another issue I'll tag you on that potentially as you go to fix that YAML line 214 error that we were just seeing.
Yeah.
There's another small enhancement in that same section of code that's actually a lot easier to undertake. I'll point it out to you.
Yeah.
Something else I wanted to bring up and I forget. Well, there's a couple of things. Nikita, we should, if your earlier work on model init isn't like if it's undone and isn't ready for promotion, you should probably go back and focus on it. Like we should probably finish the anyway. Also Darshan or anyone else, you guys might be able to educate me. Darshan, you'd mentioned we were just talking about the model command, Meshery CTL model, and then the init subcommand. So if you want to create a new model from scratch, you run that command to just give you an initial template so you can fill it in.
Yeah.
That's the model command has other subcommands. And I'm getting to a question here. Let me bring this up. So here's Meshery CTL model. The currently available subcommands are, one of them is import. You mentioned this one as potentially something that would be used to create a new model from a custom resource definition.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is my question is that command, the import command, is it capable of that?
Yeah, the documentation says that. You can go to, let me share.
Yeah.
Actually, I was also thought like maybe this command is for like importing the like already existing model.
Yeah.
So if somebody shared a model with you or a file of the existing model, so like the generate one was more like for actually creating from like from a CSV or some other thing. But yeah.
Yeah, that's my question. Oh, I stopped sharing. I thought you were going to share.
No, I'll be sharing in just a second. I'm going to the documentation here. Yeah, I'll share my screen. Can I share my screen?
Yeah.
Yep, go, please.
I think you're already sharing.
Yep, you can steal the ball, to use WebEx terminology on you. Nobody gets that joke. I'm too old. I used to work at WebEx or Cisco.
Is my screen visible?
Yeah. It's
Yeah, so I think here it clearly says that. Yeah, so yeah, you were right. So when you I think build the file, you can import it, and also there's link for this as well, right? You can even give the CRD links to the import. I tried this.
No, I'm not sure like this link might be like not to a CRD actually, but just to like the same tar that might be on a GitHub repo. So basically the same thing, but on a repo if I'm not wrong.
Might be. I think someone should specify that.
Yeah. I think at this the documentation might need a bit of a, but it's like same thing. Like either you can basically use a URL remote URL or just a local file, but I think it's basically the same thing. Like if you have a exported OCI image of the of a model, you can re-import it back using the import. So it's like export and import kind of work in tandem. So somebody exports and the guy would import it using this command. So but it would be like a actual model. So it would be pre-built model, not like a source or some sheet or something.
I think that explains the import issue.
Yeah.
Mentioned. Yeah, that is exactly. I think somebody can. I think I can make an issue about this, and and also.
Yeah, I think you can create an issue, or maybe Zihan might pick it up. So I think she's already working on some of the import stuff.
Yeah, I think I'm taking too much time here, but the one last thing here is that I think last time I had informed about this, changing the CSV file directly in the VS Code here. Just a second. So basically, you can't do that. That was the point I wanted to say. Yeah. Yeah, here. So I think I showed this last time. You told me to use Google Sheets, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been using. I mean, I've used 3 extensions till now. Still, there is no. You can't update this. Example, let me show you. Even if I update this, it disappears. It's not even updating actually now. And then it disappears. I hope you saw that.
Actually, I'm not sure. Like, I don't use this extent, but it might be like there might be some like maybe different delimiters to that
Isn't
we are
it
using, or
just
some formatting that might have not worked with this extension particularly.
I think there's a. I think all these are defined already, so I don't think you can make any changes to this.
Yeah, maybe it's just inside the source CSV. Maybe there's an extra comma somewhere or something, like maybe how we have exported the CSV doesn't work with like this one. Maybe like one
But
thing
can
you
you
might do
open
is
just
like
like a
just validate the
CSV?
CSVs, yeah, somewhere and see like if there's an issue with that. But I think there might be like some formatting issue, or maybe some way like this extension might be weirdly using it. But there's not like there won't be any like permission or anything, because it's like you are using a local one. Unless you must check there are no write permissions on your file exactly, so that might cause an issue with the extension maybe.
Yeah, so anybody on this meet, right, they can go to this and try this out. Right, just for a demo and see. Maybe it's my fault or something, I don't know. But if I'm right, then this documentation here is it's not valid now because we can't make any changes.
I think you can do one thing, just like I think it's same thing that I think like we went last time, like maybe just use some like another tool right now, like because that should work right now, like for CSV until we see like what's the issue we have with this one, because it's just an extension, so it might have like there might be an issue with the extension, or like how it's using the CSV we have, but like because it's
Can
just a
you open
CSV,
like
like there
this?
won't be much issue with the CSV itself, like
What
unless
I'll
it's
do,
like not formatted
I think I'll
properly.
use a different extension, I guess, and I'll update you on Slack
Can
on.
you open it just like as a file, like not as this extension, but just like as text?
Sorry, I didn't understand.
Like just open
Can
the
you open?
text file like as a
Yeah,
plain
just
text
open the
file.
text file.
Text file for this? Like
Yeah,
removing the.
wait, stop, guys. Wait, guys. This has got nothing to do with Meshery. Like the fact that there's some,
Okay.
like
Yeah,
Darshan, go use a different extension, man.
yeah,
Yes, CSV files are
I'll get you on
nothing but
Slack on
comma
this.
delimited. Darshan. CSV files are nothing but comma delimited text files. Yes, a text file.
Sure, I'll get you on Slack on this. Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah, so
Oh, wait,
while
Darshan, you're going to open up a few issues, right? One to fix the docs, another one to fix the import, the Meshery model import command. It should respond to you saying you're using it wrong, is what it should say. Something much nicer than that.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'm just looking for a simple yes. That's it. You're going to open those up. Make sure that the Meshery IO catalog, that the example link is not to GitHub. That's what threw you off. So if we use the Meshery catalog, put a link to one of the models there, that would be great. Review and make sure that that documentation is clear that it's just talking about importing an existing model, not generating or creating a new one. It's something that there is a command called generate. That's what you're looking for.
Yeah.
There's a whole other command on the registry for generating as well. So good. Okay. Might be
thanks,
about out of
Darshan.
time.
And I think we have 3 minutes left, so I might cover some of these quickly. So Wiley, if you're ready.
Yeah, definitely. Let me share my screen.
Yeah.
So if you guys can see my screen, I'm working on this an issue about add a new default capability set for the components. And so based on and based on the desired behavior, we come into this sheet, Google Sheet, and under this capabilities, we can see in the R3, the capabilities is from L8, 9, and 10, which is styling, change, and ship. And so I'm add so based on my file, I add some functions so we can directly go to the terminal and see the result. As you can see before that, we use a Meshery Meshery, no, it's not here. It's a Meshery registry generate with the test registry, and we have a generation of models and components. But when we look at this JSON file, we didn't find any like default capabilities, which is null. And I find any capabilities in the zero, and the result is 0 because we didn't add any default capabilities to the components. But after that, I just directly show you the result. As you can see, again, I run this command again. And after that, we can have the default capabilities is set into the components. We can see the result and with the styling, change shape, and components drag and drop. So, and that's it.
Yeah. I think the outcome seems pretty perfect. Like, yeah, I think this was exact thing that we wanted to fix or have. So I think maybe we might take a look at the PR and do and get to merge. And maybe another thing that we might do is like right now we might basically use like 2 default sets, one for the annotations and one for non-annotation. So right now the default set that you are using for is like perfect for annotation. So you can like style them, change their shape, or like drag and drop them. And we might have another set that maybe I'll point out from the spreadsheet. There is already one for like for any other like non-annotation component or any actual infrastructure related component. So it has some additional capabilities like configuring and deploying. So we might just have like 2 different sets, and basically based on the property, like if is annotation is set to true, would give this the set you are providing right now, and if it's set to false, so if the component is not an annotation, we'll give the other set. But other than that, I think this is perfect, and we might basically like merge the initial version and enhance it with that functionality. But yeah, I think this looks great.
Thank you. And I just want to mention that, as you can see, there is like a 0 model and 0 components registry because currently I use, as you can see there, the GitHub repo as my new test model is like is fake. So we didn't have a real GitHub repo. So but based on the code, I created 2 functions. If the code didn't find any like a real GitHub repository, they will set directly go to the server, the folder on the local server and find the JSON file and set the default capabilities to a component. And all
I think
the same
on
result.
that one we might need to hold up and like have a bit more discussion, but like it might work completely. Like we might need to like exactly know like what we're doing here, like because if the user is trying to like generate from like and from a sheet or something, they want what like like that's kind of the source for it. So like if the sheet is source, or we should be like going through that flow and not directly jumping to the existing on disk component. But yeah, like maybe if we might clarify it a bit on Slack. Like just keeping it
Definitely.
simple for the first PR, like that would make it easier to like get it reviewed and merged. And we might like if that's an good like thing, so we might like do it later. But yeah, just keep it small because otherwise there would be a bug and we won't know like which thing caused it, and we need to revert the whole thing.
Yeah, understand. I'll like do it later. And just to say you add the reviewer. Thank you. And that's it.
Yeah, thanks. I think we're already 2 minutes late, but yeah, I think we got most everybody covered. And before wrapping up the call, I might just like point out to that tomorrow we will be also having a newcomers meeting. So some of you that don't have any active like issues assigned to them or like are not probably know like what to do, you might get your questions answered there, maybe get some new PRs assigned to you. So that would be great. And most of the folks from would be there to help you. And that's the like best place to ask those questions, like the like if you are confused about how to set up Meshery or some of those things that would be answered there. And it's tomorrow. And I think I might share the calendar link also. Can actually find the Meshery community calendar. Meshery.
Yeah. There's a link in the Zoom chat. It's
Oh, thanks.
I'm not sure if the newcomers meeting is on the Meshery calendar or the Layer 5 calendar. I don't know. It's gotten kind of mixed up with the CNCF TOC feedback. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Who put that that loading animation on there? That's pretty funny. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Oh man, it's too fast. The mesh sync loading, that's funny. That's cool.
So it's
You
on
guys.
6:30 p.m. IST. Yeah, thanks everybody for coming, and I think we got pretty much a lot of agenda items covered, and there was a lot of progress in like different areas. So yeah, that's great. Maybe see you next week, same time, and some of you folks tomorrow on Thursday. Okay, bye everyone.
Thanks, Ovid. See you guys.